Mostly heartless. It is possible that your projections regarding the consequences of the current mission were insufficient. Brrr. Reports from behind the counter indicate that dragons have achieved social integration with other customers. This is ideal. Have you seen them in Elysium? They're flying again. Goodness, I'm so happy we could help. To my eye, it looks as if we're at least as popular as the last stand now, albeit with a more diverse clientele. I'll let you be the judge of that, though. Shift protocols engaged. Okay. But where is jamming where? Oh, of course. Where is our cafe? Like, dragons drinking coffee was not in my cards for this expansion. I love the smell of carrot juice in the internal twilight, and look at all of the contented customers enjoying our cuisine. This is more than I could have ever imagined when I proposed this idea. I think everyone's freaking adorable. This unit is struggling to generate areas for improvement. Are all cafe objectives now complete? I suppose you could say that, though it is a strange way to view one's accomplishments. Why do you ask? In accordance with the directive to all Alphatron registered units to live, this unit's mission is to assist fallen civilizations in reclaiming lost hope through simulation, soup, or other means as necessary. It appears this has been accomplished. If so, then this unit must complete its performance evaluation immediately. Performance evaluation? That sounds dreadfully dull. Rather, yes. Nevertheless, this unit must adhere to standard operating protocol and analyze the results of our cultural preservation efforts. Evaluation results will determine whether this unit may continue to embrace the familiar inertia of the current mission. If all potential objectives have been fulfilled, it will once again co-sign itself to hibernation. Oh. Allied units may wish to know that interim evaluations indicate the latter result is likely. This unit has collected more than sufficient data proving that with the appropriate simulation, even despairing life forms may once again hope. Oh, this is sad, Suze. Oh yeah, this text is super tiny. I wish they made it a bit bigger. This way it feels like reading through Twitter. To be honest with you, that's why I like recording these and just kind of publishing them as separate videos on YouTube, because some people just don't want to read through that, and that's totally fine. But yeah, the font is very, very small. I agree. No further research on the subject is required. Logically speaking, to continue along the current trajectory would be a waste of energy. That's sad. He's been with us this whole time. Oh, you're really fluffing my fur right now. It's like you weren't even listening to my lectures. Plural. Hi, Dark Phoenix Gaming. Welcome back. What's up? I am doing very well. Very, very well. I am so excited for this story. It took me, I don't know, like weeks to finish all of the allied quests, tribal quests, whatever you want to call them. And I'm just so happy to finally be able to do the 6.55 part of the story, which is the final quest. So I'm at the final stage of both Omicrons and Lopporrits, and I'm already done with Arcasadara, and I just really want to do this today. How are you? What's up? Playing on console and sitting like just for my TV made it on there. Oh, I bet that doesn't sound comfortable at all. Yeah, my screen is like, well, you can't see my screen obviously, but it's like, I don't know, maybe like 30 centimeters away from me, and I'm still squinting a little bit. I get it. We are finally at the point where we can operate this cafe without one civilization or another reinventing the apocalypse. And you want to kick the bucket? Come a little closer and I'll kick it for you. This unit gently reminds the screeching life form that Omicron decision-making algorithms do not prioritize emotion. Well, they should. This mission has never been about experimental data, and you know it. Waste of energy, my furry arse. Our feelings matter to the Dynamis. They matter to the universe, so why don't they matter to you? Still working on most of the tribals very slowly. Only finished the pixies, although I'm close with the dwarves. We don't talk about AR tribals. Oh, I see. No, I started all of them, I think. Like, I have all of them unlocked. I finished the fairies. The fairies are beautiful. I love that story so much. And honestly, that story should be a part of the MSQ because of how impactful it is and because of the backstory that it tells about one of the characters without spoiling. Like, for anyone who hasn't done the fairies, you should. Definitely should. And I started the Realm Reborn once, but I think I got more interested in the Heavensward, like the owl people and the others. That's actually how I was leveling my, I want to say, red mage, is I was doing it through the tribal quest. I had a lot of fun with them. I'm not done, but I'm getting there. I don't know. I love this content. It's so chill. This unit does not know what to tell you. Fine. Be that way. See if I care. I love it. This unit will proceed to base Omicron to back up unit data before shutdown protocol is initialized. Additional personnel changes may follow, but Stigma 4 will minimize disruption to cafe operations. This unit acknowledges the non-zero possibility that it may return, but at least for the moment it leaves the last dregs in your capable appendages. Farewell. Aww. He's so sad. Do you want to go after it? Have we moved past the anger state yet, right? How many more stages to go? Like 4 or 5? I don't know. Oh, this is horrible. We can't let N7000 enter permanent hibernation. What will the cafe do without it? What will I do? I'm so sad for him. Alright, I'm calm. Now how do we stop it? Even if we can catch up to it before it reaches base Omicron, I doubt it will want to speak to me after my outburst. You go alone then. I'll take my time to gather my thoughts. No! Please don't. Yeah, this might be a little spoilery for you if you're still working on the tribal quests for Endwalker. And I'm sorry, but I really want to do this today. I don't know, like, I haven't finished the story, any of the stories from the Realm Reborn ones, but I've started them. Are they really that bad? Like, what I find to be bad personally is the way the quests are made. Like, the quests are a lot more tedious, and they ask you to do a lot more things before actually getting the progress, don't they? Oh, you started playing Baldur's Gate, nice! With a female drow. It's so cool how me being a drow is something people actually care enough to mention. Being a good character from a traditional evil race has proven rather interesting so far, I have to say. Oh, I see. I was also playing a female drow, but I don't think my character was as good. No, I tried. Like, I had no evil intentions, like, whatsoever. But I felt like I was always making the right decision, and somehow these right decisions always turned into bloodshed and disaster. So that just, like, made me realize that maybe I have, like, a corrupt moral system of some sort, because I think I'm doing the right thing, and then something terrible happens, and I'm like, how is this even possible? So that was my playthrough. I went so down that rabbit hole that I even had the option for the bad ending, which is what I ended up doing, apart from the good one, because I did reload. And you know, that should be proof enough that I can't, like, organically have an ethical playthrough. The party members are harvesting their worm for power. How bad could it be? Um, that sounds very similar to my playthrough, but I kept telling myself that I'm gonna use the power for good. I don't think I ended up using it for good at all. Playing is the literal embodiment of the road to hell is paved with the good intentions. Yes, absolutely! I had the best intentions, but my playthrough didn't really reflect that, unfortunately. Oh, they're slow and the requirements are obnoxious. Yeah, I think I do remember that. That it took me like ages to just go and complete the quest when I was kind of in a hurry to level. I thought it was going to be similar to, well, back then I was in Shadowbringers, and then I would go to Realm Reborn, and I'm like, why does it take so long to do this one? I think I remember that feeling. Request for location data acknowledged. Searching base Omicron monitoring logs. Sensors detected N7000's progress towards the Fallow portal. Calculations indicate that it will have proceeded past the empty portal toward the limit of the Ostracon Delta Hexi by the time code at which the organic life form can catch up. Using the illithid powers keeps adding points to that betting. Does it really? Because I use the shit out of them. Oh, I thought that they were just an actual combat mechanic that had very little to do with the morality system. So I guess the more you tap into it, the higher the chances are. Shit, I didn't know that. Request for personal data acknowledged. Scanning recent automatic transmissions of internal processing logs. Unit N7000 assessed the logical process records of Sir and has been engaging in analysis and projection related to the same. The operational protocol governing these peculiar actions cannot be determined at this time. The unit wishes you pleasant speculation. These are hilarious. Once you start a quest to rescue the druid from goblins. Oh, I see. Is this your... wait. Is this your... This is not your first playthrough, is it? What is this? I don't know anything about this. What are these crystals? I have never engaged with this content. Oh, it is your first. I see. Oh, okay. So when you said like started as a female drow, for some reason I assumed that you already played as something else and that this is now your next one. Then I'll be very, very careful with spoilers. Although it's very hard to spoil Baldur's Gate because of how many things can happen that are gonna be completely different. Play never unlock the brain process. I see. Have to avoid even when using one to plus other. I influenced and used and tapped into it at every given opportunity. And I unlocked the chart. I maxed the chart. I did all of that. Oh god. The signals of an allied unit are not unwelcome. But why did you follow this unit here, B? Well, he made several concerning comments. Why did you come here? It was very concerning. He's basically threatening to off himself. This unit has been analyzing logs originating from M017 alias Sigma 1 alias Sir for some time now. As Unit M17, it repeatedly paid visit to the Tree of Life to analyze internal projections. The impetus for these actions was logged as personal reasons. In other words, when its protocols were insufficient, M17 came here to ponder its next course of action. This unit had hoped that the tree might provide data of use in its current dilemma. Oh yeah, I maxed some of the abilities from the chart because I really wanted them. They were cool. But I ended up being able to get like somewhat of a good ending as well. Although there's so many endings that there's probably a more honorable ending than the one that I unlocked, even as a whatever it is that I was. No such data has been forthcoming. In retrospect, there is a non-zero possibility that M17 did not find what it was looking for here either. This unit cannot conceptualize actions outside of its original programming that might lead to its desired conclusion. All simulations of upcoming performance evaluation and then shut down. The precise value of a future in which this unit carries on operating the cafe in service of our myriad patrons remains unknown, and thus cannot be mathematically comparable to that of a successful evaluation. Nevertheless, this unit's preference remains constant. Does this preference, then, constitute a logical fallacy that must be discarded? Inconclusive. As a military information and operations specialist, this vacillation is most distressing. Further review of the objective reality that the cafe has restored hope to multiple once fallen civilizations is not helping. Paradoxically, it appears to make this unit's memory overflow even worse. Why not listen to your heart rather than your calculations for once? Yes, happiness will do that, right? Organic life forms pursue greater levels of happiness, regardless of unity or lack thereof. However, as a mechanical life form, it is categorically impossible for this unit to experience emotions outside of predetermined programming. Unless allied units were correct, and this unit truly is not the same unit it once was. If all life forms reborn in Ultima Thule, including this unit, possess infinite potential in a mathematical sense. Generating new projections, multi-sim mode initialized, shutting down auxiliary functions and overclocking processors. This sounds like the old dial-up internet. Shh, this unit is processing. These quests are so good. Warning. Processing load critical. Cannot accept additional inputs. Failure to step away from the unit may result in severe burns. Though its state is worrisome, it seems that you will be unable to interrupt N7000's processing queue at present. Perhaps you should bring Jammingway along to kick its bucket. Like, whoever wrote these quests, why are they so good? Do we? I think I'm just gonna, yeah, we're just gonna fly there. No reason not to. It's too far away. Kick his bucket. How good is this story? Honestly, this is one of the most underrated side content in Endwalker. Like, all of the stories are fantastic. Like, if this was in the main storyline, everybody would enjoy this, you know? This is the content that everybody would want to see, if only there wasn't a game to play to get to this point. All of this worrying is exhausting. Not to mention the yelling. Apologies for that, by the by. But did you find N7000? Is it alright? Let's go kick that bucket, huh? I recall seeing this "sir" in the logs. It did seem to have individualistic tendencies, now that you mention it. You would know its personal reasons better than I, of course, but it would not be the first nor the last to agonize over its existence. The choice to live is not made just the once, after all. No, I don't think it's a leap, or even a buddy hop, to assume that M17 struggled with much the same questions of purpose and potential that plague N7000. The Omicrons have very little experience with the self-doubt that comes from facing an indeterminate future. Very little experience with emotions in general, really. Does it not bother you that we've seen no changes to Elysion that could be attributed to N7000 and other staff? The Dynamis reacted to my very first burst of hope, and has reliably taken form for every civilization, but not for them. Omicrons do have emotions of that, I'm certain. Hope for the future specifically. They do! Actually, that's a good point. There's nothing for them. Precisely. Should our N7000 then not have the power to shape Dynamis in spades? Look how successful it's been. Personally, I believe it does have that power, but every time it feels a little something, it shoves that emotion away under a pile of numbers and refuses to think about it ever again. It needs to allow itself to feel that joy, that hope, for it to grow and blossom in Elysion. None of this waste of energy, time to die, bollocks. Honestly, does it ever think about anyone else? Mark my words, I'm going to gather every scrap of joy we've created here and shove them right down its stupid throat. We'll need to be quick if we want to prepare before N7000 finishes processing and finds a way to infuriate me even more. We're certainly not allowing it to shuffle off its metal quill, today or ever. First, though, we'll need to choose a recipe, one guaranteed to remind it of what we've accomplished here at the last Dregs, and give it a taste of the boundless happiness yet to come. I'm certain Stigma 4 can dig something out of its database that can represent our culinary achievements without proving an electrocution hazard. Wait just a moment. That's a good idea. Here we are. Thrusters disengaged. N7000 not detected. Awaiting promised explanation. It's quite a long story. Baldur's Gate dice rolling experience has been interesting too. I'm playing a sorcerer, meaning I can cast spells using charisma. Can't seem to win a persuade roll no matter how many bonuses I have. Literally failed 4 to 6 last persuade rolls. I played as a wizard as well, and I had the same experience. So what I would do whenever I have like a dialogue that I need to, I guess, win at, even with like, I don't know, even if I'm unsuccessful with charisma and like inspiration and everything, I would use a rogue. So for me, the rogue in the party was Astarion, and I kept him. And he's been very, very good at these persuasion rolls. I don't know about the other ones. I know that like Lae'zel as a warrior, she was pretty terrible. And Shadowheart for me was also pretty bad because she doesn't really know how to lie. As a paladin of a sort or something. So I didn't use them, and I didn't use myself. I would see, like, if you're building your rogue, if you have a rogue in a party, if you're building them towards that, maybe they're better for these kinds of dialogues. Like, I know people normally prefer themselves as like the dialogue doers or whatever, but sometimes having another party member do that might just be better. Circumstances acknowledged. N7000 logs transmitted to central database confirmed the accuracy of managerial report. Conclusion reached by N7000 also confirmed accurate. Operational protocols are absolute. Completion of mission necessitates permanent hibernation. Aww, no! I don't think I'll ever understand your culture's obsession with productivity. However, running in multi-sim mode for prolonged periods poses unacceptable risk to hardware. Immediate intervention recommended. Aha! Not quite the sympathetic response I was looking for, but it'll do. As for your intervention, I propose the presentation of a delicious dish that will bring N7000 back to its senses. What do you think it would like? Can they even eat? Like, do they even... Like, I guess if they drink coffee and whatnot, or... Actually, I've never seen them do anything. Invalid input. Preferences are irrelevant to mechanical life forms. What N7000 requires is refrigerant liquid. A cooling beverage, then. I think we can manage that. Can you search your database for local ingredients we might use? N7000 always seemed to know what it was doing, so I've never bothered learning where anything is. Auxiliary information evaluated. Nevertheless, request acknowledged. Scanning database. Gaseous matter suitable for condensation and subsequent ingestion contained in ovular ore samples in Ostracon Tria. Approximate coordinates 39.5, 2.5. Wonderful, you're natural at this. Managerial praise is unnecessary. Scanning database is well within standard operational protocols. Production of vital liquids such as refrigerants and oils is also standard protocol for a logistic matrix. However, cafe operations have repeatedly demonstrated that standard chemical formulae are insufficient impetus for the alteration of dynamis. That is where cafe management must intervene. Allied unit N7000 is depending on you. Do not fail. Is that a threat? Do not worry, Sigma 4. We would never let our allied units down. I leave the procurement of the primary ingredient to you, V. In the meantime, I'll see what else might be mechanically digestible around here. N7000 coordinates confirmed. Subject remains immobile. Retrieval unit will be dispatched to Ostracon Delta Hexi momentarily. Aww. Mine methane eggs. Jesus. He's the little boat. That's what we're gonna make the drink out of? Ew. I love this soundtrack. This is one of my favorite soundtracks in the entire game. I could just sit here and listen to it. It's louder when you're actually flying. But when you stand, it kind of dies down. How cool is that? Okay, let's get those eggs. Alright. Well, that was easy. I've only recently gotten this this mount from the savages, but I was doing them as unsynced, of course. This area is called the Sea of Stars. Yes, actually, this area is called the Sea of Stars. That is a funny coincidence. I dare say Sigma 4 will be dragging N7000 back here at any moment now. Did you find the gassy whatsits? Here's your damn eggs. Disgusting. They actually look like grapes though. Emissions ahoy. Now we just need to condense this, perhaps shake it up with some other bits and bobs for the proper cocktail experience. Yeah, it's like every single game that I play, I end up in space, and I'm always in some sort of sea of stars. Like every single one of my games has space, and I'm the kind of person who, like, whenever I watch these like game awards or announcements for new games or whatever, every time there's a new space game, I'm like, oh, not another space game. It's like I hate space games, but like honestly, most of my games that I've played, like I'm going through my like basically database of playlists and everything that I have on my channel. It's like 75% have something to do with space. Guess people really like space. I tend to not think of myself as a space game person, but I play the games that I play. Emergency override command prompt exact chug CMD. That's hilarious. Aww. Beverage protocols initiated. Please wait. The last dregs. This unit would like to register its confusion. You miserable sack of sockets! Bolthead! Weird looking fork! I'll kick your bucket into the next galaxy, you. Ah, yes, this unit remembers now. Dialogue with the screeching life form has reached an impasse, so it withdrew to organize its thought process in peace. This unit became trapped in a processing loop and overheated, but temperatures are now nominal. As your civilization would say, phew. So you're feeling better. That's the best news I've heard all day. No thanks to you. This unit's circuits are still somewhat muddled. Reviewing event log for flags associated with mission to live. This dude, I swear. Results of recalculated projections located. Proceeding to Elysion to confirm. You could at least explain yourself? It sounds like it's expecting some change to the dynamis. What sort? I have no idea. After it. Well, maybe we get like another mini zone. Again, spoiler alert for everyone who hasn't seen these beautiful, gorgeous zones that we have available when we do these quests. The Fall Guys music. Oh, how dope is this mount? Sigma 4's logs confirm that N7000 came this way. Make haste! Oh. A forest? Did N7000 do this? Honestly, that's kind of cool looking, I'm not gonna lie. That's dope. Oh, that's a very thorough report. Affirmative. As you may have detected, since the birth of Elysion, this unit's self-determination algorithm has been in conflict with its core protocols. This issue has been surpassingly difficult to resolve. The cooling solution that you made, however, enabled this unit to arrive at a conclusion. It is confident in the result of its performance evaluation. First, a thought experiment for allied units. How has this unit transformed the landscape of Elysion, despite its nature as a replicated mechanical life form? Your nature doesn't matter here. Now you're alive. This future was always possible. Now you've made it real. Through strength of heart, I'd say. We're gonna troll it a little bit. He doesn't really have a heart, which he's probably gonna comment on. Strength of heart. A curious choice of words, but this unit sees the beauty in it. One small organ that beats hard enough to shake the universe. A spark of hope to shape a star. That this unit's hope would take such an organic form defies logic, yet the data is clear. Perhaps this is what one would call a miracle. Thank you, V. This unit will keep your words close to its heart. In the history of the universe, countless possibilities have gone unfulfilled, but it is an error to thus co-sign them to the realm of the impossible. All the Dynamis requires is that we ask, what if? While sentient life forms remain to ask that question, to dream of unrealized futures, this unit cannot agree with the Aya's conclusion that the end of the universe is inevitable. Our data proves that miracles happen. Well, there's our sea of stars, huh? Took you long enough. Honestly, you gave me quite a fright with that shutdown nonsense. Interesting. Would you miss this unit if it were gone, Jammingway? Jammingway? Requesting acknowledgement of warm and fuzzy feelings. Never in a billion years, bulk brain. Denied! 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 He's gonna take it seriously. In any case, this unit recognizes the role the Alphatron star played in cutting the futures of many civilizations short. Together with allied managers, the Omicrons have restored the hope to some such civilizations and assisted in developing Elysion to its current state. The star now teems with life, some of it newly born. Now, how pretty is it here? It's like, it almost like makes you want to be there. Look at this area. Calculations may say, like a Dissidia referencing. I have no idea because I've never played Dissidia. Like if you're talking about like the Final Fantasy, like the Dissidia game, I don't know. Calculations may say that this is sufficient to fulfill this unit's mission, but this unit disagrees. What we have accomplished thus far is a significant step towards a new future for the Omicrons, but not the last. This unit believes in infinite possibilities, beyond the projection capabilities of even Stigma 4. Alongside our allies at the last dregs, we must continue to make them real. Like, I know a little bit about the game. If you're referring to basically having a mixture of different, I don't know, races or characters or whatever, that's kind of how it is. Yeah, over universe thing. Yes, in that sort of sense, it is similar. Kind of like the way, it's a bad example, but like the way Heroes of the Storm would be to World of Warcraft and Blizzard universe in general. Like, I'm not saying that it's like a graveyard of races and characters and whatnot, but yes, it's like a mixture, or what I guess I refer to as a graveyard, even though it's kind of the opposite of the graveyard, as they are in fact alive there. It is a mixture. It's like a, in this sort of sense, it's a refugee center in a way. We shall atone and we shall live. A worthy purpose, if you ask me, which you ought to, given that I'm still your business partner. See, the actual world of those games is still Nexus World in a way. I see. Gladly acknowledge Jammingway. Come to think of it, we've never toasted our achievements, or shared a drink at all. What kind of cafe managers are we? Right? I brought some refrigerant cocktail along with my normal supplies in case someone needed another wake-up call. What do you say we have a picnic? I'm loving this quest line. It's nice how Final Fantasy XIV just like subtly teaches you these like super deep important life lessons through something seemingly trivial. Also, I'm drinking the carrot juice too. Great. The last trick's specialty carrot juice for us, of course. I never go anywhere without it. You know, when I proposed this idea, I was thinking of the cafes on Aetheris. How the people inside smiled and laughed and spoke of tomorrow. We've been focused on providing our customers the same experience, naturally, but that's also what the last strikes is to us, isn't it? Affirmative. This unit would go so far as to assert that spending time with friends in this fashion is meaningful. I'm very happy with how they're ending this story. The sense of satisfaction is what organic life forms persistently term happiness, is it not? Yeah, I don't like it when they go too deep into the, political slash modern social, like when they put in some of the, I guess, modern political issues into the game and try to make it subtle. But this I'm fine with. This is just something that applies to everyone. And I'm cool with that. That was the best carrot juice I've had in my whole Lopporit life. That raises several questions, but this unit will restrain itself in favor of thanking V. Also, Flamu4, thank you so much for the follow, and welcome. Thank you. That raises several questions, but this unit will restrain itself in favor of thanking V once again for her assistance in this time of need. This unit apologizes for burdening you with additional shifts. Flamu4, how are you doing? Welcome, what's up? Hope you're having a great day. I note that you have yet to apologize to me for the distress that you've caused. This unit has been distressed numerous times due to unwarranted screeching from the hyperbole-prone life form, and thus considers us even. See if I save your sorry scrap metal ever again. Additionally, this unit would prefer that, as business partners, we provide mutual assistance as a matter of course. That is what organic life forms mean by partnership, is it not? I'm doing great today. I actually got a decent amount of sleep, and I decided to do some big things today. Today I finished Sea of Stars. It was a lovely, lovely experience, and I'm very happy with how I guess, at least the first ending that I saw was, and I'm excited to do some side content at some point as well. Today, I'm also doing the allied quests for Final Fantasy XIV, so I'm trying to finish the ones that are in 6.55, which is the newest patch. I don't know if you play or don't play, but the stories are lovely, and I'm just wrapping them up today, and after that, I will be playing some Hearthstone as well. So today's a big day for doing plenty of things, and I'm in a good mood because I actually have energy to do all that, which is something that I normally don't. It almost sounds like the former Buddha robot has started learning about sarcasm, how to be snarky, right? It's actually quite brilliant how they've managed to humanize it a little bit. It's such a good story. Honestly, these quests, everybody should see them. I don't know why. Like, I understand why people don't do these like crafting like reputations and stuff, but the stories are so good. Everybody loved this in the MSQ, and it's just like feels like something that everybody should see, you know? As long as you hold up your part of the bargain, we're going to keep the last dregs open until the very end of the universe and beyond. No universe is ending on our watch. Oh, I see. Which one was that? I've never played any of the older Final Fantasies. I've never played them on like older consoles. My first console like ever, like PlayStation, is PlayStation 5. So I've played some of them on 5, the ones that are available there. But Final Fantasy XIV I play on my laptop. That's the only one that I actually play on here. Do you play 14? You've achieved sworn reputation with the staff and patrons of the last dregs. You will receive an experience point bonus upon the completion of the daily quests. Okay, that's great. 2 things that we want to do. First of all, we want to go to the store. We are fully caffeinated. Caffeinated. I don't know. Omni token exchange. Okay, I wanna get the mount. Yes, please. And what is this? This tabletop. Do I already have that? I don't know. So should I spend it on something? I don't even know. Let's see, what do they have? Purchase tools? Oh, so you can actually buy... Why can you buy these? Purchase gears. Why is this something that's available? Are these like glamour pieces? Like they're cute, but I don't know if they're actual like gears that are relevant in any way, shape, or form. Okay. I didn't even know that you can do all this stuff. I want to see which one's the most expensive one. I'll buy this materia just because I'm going to try to sell it. And this is something I want to put on my desk. Anyhow, this is the mount. Oh, Final Fantasy IX. Actually, that's one of the Final Fantasies that I have kind of scheduled for myself this year. That one and 6 is something that I haven't played, so I'm very, very much looking forward to that. Mounts. I've just finished 8, so I'm taking a little bit of a break from like older Final Fantasies. 8 was a lovely experience, but I need a tiny break after that final boss. Look at this. How cute is this? That it puts you into this little itty bitty thing. Huh? It's so good. Minus the balls, they're the crafting thing. Let me actually get out of the crafting. How do I? Yeah, let me actually switch. Okay. How cool is this? How cool is this? I love it. Look at that. Oh, I love it. I've never had a mount like this. Like I just really want to collect the more unique ones. Kind of like do you know like the TV one? The TV one from the Fate. I think you also get it somewhere around here. Like I'm so happy that they started to experiment with these things and make different mounts. It is always nice to see that around here we also have Final Fantasy fans. It's not very common, I'd say. Not very common. Okay, so no, that's not what I wanted. That's not where I wanted to go. I wanted to go to that place where the new zone is. Just kind of check it out. Naira Valiant, hi and welcome. How are you doing? What's up? Having a lovely weekend so far. Portal to Elysion. This is where we want to go because I want to see, like, they showed it to me in the cutscene, but I have to see it for myself. Okay, where is it? Where is the damn forest? That's not it. That's not it. Ah, it's there. It's there. It's truly, really there. It is there. It is there. I'm doing very well today. Thank you. Very excited to finish the Alliance quest today. Look at this. They actually gave me a forest. How cute is this? Is this spoiler for absolutely everyone? Has anyone done these quests? These are, well, this is something that I have only on my main. I play as a paladin on my main, but that's about it. So okay, Sage is a bad example because I actually did play Sage, Red Mage also. Okay, I take that back. I do have these icons pretty much everywhere. Like as I'm leveling, I like to to put them up there. But I have a habit from like raiding in World of Warcraft to have my display on left and on right side and not underneath, because I don't like looking at my feet while I'm raiding, and I use the peripheral vision to look left and right to see the cooldowns. That's pretty much what I do and what my reasoning is. Now we go to Beastway's Burrow, which is Zabanis, and we're gonna go do that ending of the story as well, and then we have the big quest for Arcasadara, for Omicrons, and for Lopporrits. Exciting times. Alright. I've left all of the blue quests to do them with you guys, so today is the day. A million moms away. Dreaming Way is contemplatively eyeing the remaining open space in Hopper's hold. Yeah, it's easier to look left and right than to look underneath, and this is something that I actually learned from my raid leader in World of Warcraft, so I just kind of brought it with me here when I started Final Fantasy XIV. Been doing some first-person combat platforming as a cyberpunk ninja lately. In a game called Ghost Runner, which I'm having a surprising amount of fun, despite the fact that I suck at platforming games. Me too. I spent enough time misjudging jumps and falling from the roof in Assassin's Creed for that to be clear. Oh, I'm not a huge fan of platformers. I like some of them for the story. Like, one of my favorite ones is Klonoa. But, like, Klonoa, especially, like, the new ones, like, the remastered ones, I felt like they have, like, an unnecessary amount of like silly little things in the actual levels that like stop you from progressing unless you're like crazy good at timing something or whatever. Rex, welcome back. How are you doing? And thank you so much. That means a lot. How are you today? What's up? Hope you're having the best weekend. Could you join us for a moment, V? Yes. Today is a day for bunnies. Yeah, I like Klonoa. Like, I played the Klonoa remastered when it came out maybe 2 years ago, but I never finished it. Like, I came to the final boss, and I'm like, I've had it. Because I'm at the final dungeon, and I don't think I'm ever going to go back to complete the game, because I've just been, I don't know, pretty upset with the... I don't know, with, like, the small details they put into the game to just make it unnecessarily frustrating. And I rage a lot when I play Klonoa, so I don't play it anymore. My survey of Beastway's Burrow morale indicates that the situation is as we suspected. Though, I always read though as through and through as though. I can't differentiate between these two words. Though our efforts have reached the majority of their ways, a few yet remain in the doldrums. Feeling good? Glad to hear that! Heading to the gym and then playing Final Fantasy XIV PS1 later today. First playthrough, and I'm loving this game. Oh, nice! How far along are you? Honestly, it's a lovely experience. Now, I don't know if you played Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm assuming maybe you did. It's gonna feel a little different, but it's going to, once you complete it, like, obviously you're gonna get the full story all at once. So that's pretty exciting. Yes, I played through Final Fantasy VII Original first, and then I played Final Fantasy VII Remake, And then I played Crisis Core Reunion, and Crisis Core Reunion was probably one of my favorite Final Fantasy experiences. 22.5 hours in, I never played any Final Fantasy. Oh, you never played? Oh, that's exciting! Wait, are you streaming them? Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. Honestly, you've picked the right order. If I were you, I would do the same thing. Like, I would play the Final Fantasy VII original, and I would, I would just recommend, I would recommend playing Final Fantasy, I would recommend Crisis Core, after Final Fantasy VII Remake. I don't know, like, I just feel like you're gonna have like, this is the experience that I had, and I recommend it to everyone because the story actually felt like it didn't spoil me, the Crisis Core. I would play, yes, I would play Crisis Core Reunion or Crisis Core Original, whichever you have access to. I would play it after remake or rebirth or whatever. But yeah, I would go original, remake if you. I mean, I guess I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter all that much because you're still gonna get the full story in the original. So remake is not gonna spoil you anything for Crisis Core Reunion. So technically, in theory, your order is fine as well. This was just my personal preference because that's the way I did it, and I had a great time. But I don't see, I don't see anything wrong with your order now that I think about it. Either that or the way I did it. I think it's pretty much the same. Sometimes those games actually need to grow in you. I need to approach it in a totally new angle, which I get with years of experience. I'm not sure exactly what you mean by that. I kind of get it, but I'm not sure what you're getting at. Speaking of, do you ever manage to get any collector's editions of any games and franchise? No, I wasn't really chasing them. I wasn't chasing them. Lunat also has a good suggestion. OG into Crisis Core into Remake is also completely fine. That, I think, is the order that you were going to go through, and that's fine as well. For me, Crisis Core Reunion did hit hard because of the similar assets that were used in Final Fantasy VII Remake. Now that I think about it, yes, it had something to do with that. Like, Crisis Core Reunion really did hit me because, without any spoilers, there are areas in Crisis Core that you already see in that exact same state when you play Final Fantasy VII Remake. And that, for me, was very emotional. Now that I think about it, that's part of the reason why I had such an experience. But yes, I would recommend it the way I did it, and that is one of the reasons. Square released them in that order, then maybe that's the intended way. Do you know what? Some people will say that that's not the case because some people will insist that you should play Crisis Core first and then Final Fantasy VII because that's the chronological order of events. But I disagree, because if you were to play Crisis Core, or Crisis Core Reunion first, and then Final Fantasy VII, either original or remake, Crisis Core will spoil you the main plot of Final Fantasy VII Remake. So whatever you're doing, do not play Crisis Core first if you want to enjoy the plot itself of Final Fantasy VII. That's my advice. You play the game and you come to one part of the game where you feel stuck, and then you leave it on the side and you never play it after. One day you see it and tell yourself, okay, let's try one again. I mean, yeah, if you need some time to like step away from the game to be able to go through with it or want to play it again and not feel frustrated, then yeah, I agree with that. I sometimes do it, but because of streaming, I do it in a slightly different way. So sometimes, obviously, I will be frustrated with, I don't know, a final boss or a boss that I'm stuck on or something like that, and I will take a break. But my breaks won't be longer than like 3 or 4 days or something like that, because I will take the time to do some side content off stream so that I can level up and then come back to the game for the sake of I don't know, people who join in on a journey for a long game, for them to kind of get that payoff and be on the journey and not have to wait 6 months for me to come back to the game and finish it. I try to finish it all at once, even though, yes, sometimes I experience frustration. But if you just feel like the game isn't something that you want to play at some point, then I think it's completely fine to drop it. Also, for example, I've dropped Klonoa. I don't think I'll be back to Klonoa. I've dropped Tomb Raider, which is something that some people are still think it's unforgivable. I did not enjoy Tomb Raider as much, and I'm like 75% into the game. I don't know if I'll be coming back to it. I might one day if there's like an actual reason to, but I didn't enjoy it, and maybe it just needs to sit for another few years in my backlog for me to actually go back and finish it. It just depends on the game, I think. There's a lot of things in Crisis Core that, even though it's a prequel, gives a lot of nice fan service to the OG. Yes, it does, and like I said, it contains spoilers. For Final Fantasy VII, like both original and remake. So if you don't want to know the plot of those before you go in, don't play them right now. Oh no, you don't have to worry about like running out of time. Like obviously you can take your time and just play things when you get to them. Are you feel much more comfortable missing Crisis Core than FF7? Oh yeah, absolutely. I would still recommend, for example, if you're streaming, Crisis Core. Crisis Core is definitely a game to experience with other people. I've had the best experience, and it's not a very long game. It's about 20 hours tops. Like you can finish the main story in maybe 15 to 20 hours. It's not very long, but the side missions, like for the sake of the gameplay, if you want to do them, are very entertaining. Like combat wise and such, you can get lost in them. It's an amazing experience for the Crisis Core reunion, at least. I would absolutely go with Rebirth. If you want to be there for Rebirth launch, I would go with Final Fantasy VII OG. And then I don't know if you, depending on how hard you go on a remake and OG, you might be able to be there for Rebirth. But I don't know. Like I don't want to give you like false hope or whatever. It took me 55 hours to finish Final Fantasy VII Original for the first time, and Final Fantasy VII Remake I played for close to 40 hours maybe. So if that's something that you can fit before you start Rebirth, then that's totally fine. But for Final Fantasy VII, you really gotta commit to it, and you might have to do some grinding like off stream if you get hard stuck on a boss or something like that. So when it comes to Tomb Raider, the one that I'm talking about is the remake, the one that was actually free on Epic Games like a couple of years ago, so 2018. So I started from the first one and I'm not really enjoying it. Grinding hard to get everything else beat first. I see. Well, good luck, but make sure to enjoy it. Also, like these are games to really be enjoyed. And I don't know, Final Fantasy VII Original might frustrate you at some point with some bosses, but yeah, just make sure to give yourself time to like not get pissed off at it, and actually just do some give yourself time to grind. I actually have some wonderful people in our Discord who know a lot of, not shortcuts, but good places to grind very efficiently when it comes to levels. If you ever get stuck on a boss, they've helped me out a lot. Lunit also has helped me out a lot with telling me where to get those additional levels. if you ever get stuck. So that might be something that you want to look into if you ever feel like you're not moving fast enough or something like that. Looking for Tomb Raider Remaster 1 to 3. Like I said, I got them for free from Epic Games at some point. Yeah, that was like 2 years ago. I tried to play it, but I don't know. It just didn't resonate with me. Do you ever hesitate to start a new game day one? Decide to give your audience a day or two with it before you go live? Honestly, I do it. Okay, it does have something to do with whether I'm sponsored for it or not. So from time to time, Square Enix does sponsor me with games, and if I'm sponsored for a game, I make an effort to be there on day one. Unless it's completely impossible or completely out of my stream schedule or something like that, or I have something that actively stops me from playing the game on day one, like maybe not having finished the prequel or something like that, then I hurry and I do it, and I play it as soon as possible. Normally, I would go live if I can. If it fits my stream schedule or whatever, I would be there on release day because I play slowly. Like, I play like this. Like, look at me, sitting here, just talking to people and whatnot. Like, someone could be playing that same game on their own screen and they would be so much further ahead because I prioritize the chat and the community and whatnot. So it's easy to play along with me because I take ages. Sometimes I'm waiting completely until I find out I don't have anything to play, so I give a second chance. And I'm like, how I miss this. Yeah, I get that. Fortunately or unfortunately, I always have a backlog of games that I want to play more so than some game that I've given up on. And they're normally they're long games, so I don't know. Like, I tend to play long JRPGs that are anywhere from 40 to 80 or 100 hours. So there's always like a few of those games that I haven't even started. And then once I start, I try to finish it. And I guess that's where the experience is a little different. But I normally try to finish them. Plans for Rebirth? Well, that depends on the date. When does Rebirth come out? The Rebirth comes out on... Does it come out on the 29th or 28th? What is the official release date for Rebirth? Rebirth, I think it's the 29th. Rebirth release date. It's February 29th. I think for that one, I may go live the day after. As in on the 1st. That depends. The game is actually large enough for me to maybe not want to miss out on the release date. So I might be live on Wednesday, which is the 28th, and then 29th, and then the 1st. 29th might be an extra stream. The only time that I would break my stream schedule, because I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. I try to keep it consistent because otherwise I burn out. I may go live in between. I'm actually looking at the calendar right now, so that's how that's how I was able to think about it. This is something that I would be thinking about anyways, but it's a good thing that you asked me because now I actually have a plan. Thank you. Yeah, I think I'll go live on release date, especially if I happen to get the game in early access of any sort. Or if I get sponsored for it. God bless. We'll see. What are these buddies up to? A survey of Borough morale indicates that the situation is as we suspected. Though our efforts have reached a majority of ways, a few red remain in the doldrums. The erstwhile counseling way first among them, of course. I've stretched my imagination ever so hard for dreams that might inspire them, but nothing concrete has come to mind. I propose that we examine the issue of their personal motivation more closely. Per a living way, they were once passionate about their work after all. We cannot change the fact that the people of Aetheris won't be coming to live on the moon, but reaching out to them is hardly beyond our means. There's not stopping us from utilizing our ashen-furred associates' communication skills to aid mankind, albeit remotely. Thus making their old dream their new dream. But what sort of station would be suitable? One for sharing useful information with the people of Atheris, perhaps a station that individuals can contact with questions. So like a call center? These days, JRPGs can be quite long. Oh, there are a few of them which are nearly 100 hours or above to complete. Oh yeah, definitely. Like the last super long game that I played was Baldur's Gate. That took me like 120 hours to complete on my first playthrough, and I still haven't started another one. I'm entering my very long JRPG era very soon. So on February the 3rd, I'm starting with Persona 3 Reload. I've never played a Persona game in my life, and I heard that they are very long. I'm gonna be playing that one all the way until Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which is February 29th. Regardless of whether I complete it or not, I doubt I'll complete it. I've failed to complete much shorter games in that time span. That I don't know. It just depends on how hard I go at it. But even if I don't complete it, I will play Final Fantasy VII Rebirth on launch. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth takes priority. I'll finish Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. After that, if I have leftovers with with Persona 3 Reload, I'll complete that. And after that, we're playing Persona 5 Royale, which I already have, but I haven't started playing that one. And that one is about, 80, 90 hours, 100 hours, something like that. And after that, we're gonna play other Final Fantasies, like Final Fantasy VI, Final Fantasy IX, Kingdom Hearts, Yakuza games, all very long. So that's pretty much gonna be my year. And of course, Final Fantasy XIV and Hearthstone, which are part of my daily routine, I suppose. Your people's ears aren't very large, though. How could they hear what's being said? Oh my god, we hear things. What? Yeah, Persona 5. I've never played it. I got it for Christmas, and I want to play it so badly, but I don't want to start it now because I am about to start Persona 3, and I don't want them mixed up. So I'll play that after Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So I'm all booked. You might use one of those Garlean radios, so long as you refrain from any mind-bending schemes. Everyone and their minions seems quite happy to call me via Link Pearl. Honestly, I think that's a good idea. And their minion. Link Pearls I had entirely forgotten. That would have made finding you on Atheris a lot easier. Unfortunately, to purchase dedicated Link Pearls for the entire population of the star would be stretching our budget rather thin, to say not of the nightmarish logistics of distribution. Aww. Right? Aw. Might use one. Oh. So they do want to use the Garlean radios. Schemes sounds bad, but radio sounds intriguing. Tell me more. Oh, do you remember that part from the MSQ? That was so good. You can truly hear distant voices through the tiny box? Incredible. We simply must find a way to transmit these radios for science. Eyes on the project, objectives please. That said, I quite agree. If Garlemald had such technology, it's likely that the Sharlayans have studied it and, if not invented, similar devices of their own. If so, they may have shared its secrets with Living Way. No doubt Inventing Way will have thoughts on the matter as well. I leave the technical details in your capable paws, Managing Way. In the meanwhile, I should like to have a chat with the Lopporit formerly known as Counseling Way. Please join me in inviting them to join us. I have a feeling that that story is actually gonna be real sad. It took me like an hour to accept the quest. See, this is what I mean. This is why I am okay with going live on day one of any new release, because everybody can complete their quests faster than myself, and that's okay. I'll be right back. Let's go to the bathroom. Oh my god, my dog is like right under my chair. I almost stepped on him. Talking about budget without introducing a coining way as the budget Lopporit missed opportunity. If I'm not mistaken, there is a coining way or something similar to that, because we did create something like money during one of the daily reputation quests. I think they do have one. They just for some reason haven't mentioned him now. But I will check, because I remember okay, let me show you. There is a quest in the crafting log. Tribal quests, there we go. There is a quest to craft the coin manufacturing component. I think that's the one. Because at some point they ask you to make money for them to use. And I think that indeed is coining way. Next thing you know, we'll be dealing with Lopporit inflation or something. Oh, that was the idea. The managing way who came up with the whole scheme had the idea to actually cause something very similar. Unknowingly, but it would definitely lead to that. They are on the right track to basically being the same as humans. What was the redemption? Let me see. Maybe Hearthstone. Oh, okay. This is something that I do when I do play Hearthstone. We can play a game, but I'll be playing Hearthstone after I'm done with these. If you're not around at that point, whenever it is that I'm playing Hearthstone, do remind me. Now I will probably in about, I want to say an hour or so, is when I'll be switching to Hearthstone. I am not sure how long these quests are, and I definitely make them longer, so no pressure, but I will play you. Aww. Honestly, this quest is so good. This is one very sad bunny. I'm familiar with that. Actually, that's how I felt when I started with Hearthstone. Like, sometimes I have a good deck, and then I get myself to a higher rank than I know I'm normally capable of getting to. And then in the next season, when that deck doesn't work anymore, I feel like I'm back to like where I initially was. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you're stuck. Maybe now you just belong in Diamond, you know, and maybe you'll consistently be getting yourself there. Diamond is very good. I mean, obviously. And how long have you been playing, by the way? You want me to assist the people of Aetheris remotely? Ah, construction of the station is underway as we speak. Using the magic known as radio, we can transmit all manner of noises across space and darker space. Look at them. Oh, you're kind of new to the new Hearthstone, kind of like me. I also started in at the end of December, actually. For instance, music. Goodness, we could share my music, couldn't we? How cool would that be? To not bother the people of Aetheris with that noisome beeping. If we are to employ the station of yours, surely there are myriad better uses. Better than music? If you ask me, many of Aetheris' people lost loved ones during the final days, did they not? We could let them know that they're not alone. Or, purely as an example, you understand, we could use our unique vantage point to describe cloud formations. Oh, I don't follow. Oh yeah, the game is a lot different than what it was. I quit in 2019, and I've just come back. So I'm very overwhelmed, but very happy to be back. With that information, those on the ground could more accurately predict incoming storms, forestalling ill-fated forays. You truly are an expert in helpfulness. Those things never would have occurred to me. I suppose I can come and look in on you once you've completed your facilities. Clearly, someone needs to tell you where you're going wrong. I love this bunny. Please do. I can hardly wait for you to join us. Together we shall create radio noises like no one has ever heard before. Though I suppose we need to actually finish the station first. Oh, that's gonna be like a full-on crafting quest. I see. Oh yeah, they unnerfed some of the cards in Hearthstone that used to be nerfed. For example, Holy Nova is back to costing, what, 3? I was very surprised by that. We'll see you there. The Dreaming Workshop. Make sure to come. Aww. Look at him. If I do, will you listen? I'm not sure about re-earning cards. I haven't yet had to earn anything, or I haven't yet wanted to play anything that I haven't played before. Norchak Cleric is like a very basic priest card, right? They got changed these overhealed clergy. I don't know. Are they no longer in the game? Because I thought that the overheal guys are a new card. Did they actually get changed to those? Why would they do that? What? I thought that the clerics were still there. I'm gonna have to check that. Is construction proceeding apace? We are on schedule, though I have been awaiting V's return. I trust she will have little difficulty producing equipment to the vague and mysterious specifications provided by our Charlian correspondents. Oh, they're wild. Wait, they're not core cards? What? I don't know this game at all. If I may, we will require a microphone or several. I'm told that the material inside the device responds to sound waves to produce a signal that can then be transmitted via radio. These are the materials. I assume you can manage the rest on your own. Okay, so we do crafting. Should you require additional supplies, as always, our stocks are with the Dreaming Supporter. Crafting! I will be occupied in ensuring that no one shocks themselves into a stupor whilst assembling the booth, but Dreaming Way should be free to collect your finished creations. Yeah, I don't know how they're not core. That's so silly. What? How does that work? And Abdul, welcome back! Long time no see. How are you doing today? What's up? Wait, where is the crafting? I hope you're having a lovely weekend! Box of radio equipment. Where is this? But it's not there. Am I blind? Radio, painting, restaurant, musicking station. That's not it. That's not what I need. This is the map. The station. Box of... It doesn't say... Okay, it doesn't say radio equipment. It says box of radio equipment. That's what got me confused. Okay, we're gonna try to synthesize this as a goldsmith. Although... I am not convinced that I have all of the spells actually bound. Where is the reflect? Okay, this is gonna bump the quality up to no. No, that's not what I. No, we're gonna quit. No, no. I need another way. Wanna confirm for Lelia, right? Like these things that the bunnies have asked me to craft over time, they are weird. No, we're gonna go as armor. That's what I used to use, and there's a spell that I can't remember what it's called, but it allows me to bump the quality up immediately. Radio equipment, please. Increases quality by 100%. Yes, please. Thank you. Okay, now. I don't know how to craft. This is very difficult for me. I do this for literally for daily quests, and I'm not a real crafter. So I struggle a lot with these synthesizes. I know like certain like rotations for some of these things, but more often than not I fail the synthesis because I don't know how to do it and not break my items. But this one, alright, we got it because of the trained eye. Because trained eye says increases quality by 100%, available in the first step. Recipe level must be at least 10 level below yours. I don't know if this means gear or like the actual like level of my character or what it is, but we made it. Yeah, you just have to like think hard and not break your item, which more often than not I do. Very sad. But anyway, this is a shorter quest. This equipment is incredibly delicate, you say. Well, I suppose I don't need to shake the box, strictly speaking. There you go. Oh yeah, I never paid attention to like the levels of recipes. I just never cared. It's even weirder than I expected. I shall exercise the utmost caution as I hop over to manage Igwe with this, I promise. We need to see what it turns into. Oh goodness. Looks like they're gonna blow the place up and not build a radio, but whatever. But where is the counseling way? Aww. So this is radio. Won't you dream of a brighter future with us? If you wish to speak to my people, the microphone is yours. I do want to hear what he has to say. Is he gonna pour all his trauma out into the microphone? I'm not gonna lie, I would be curious because we don't know his story yet. We don't know why he's so... Well, we do. He's lost his job due to redundancy, but... I've always wished to speak with the people of Aetheris. Do they walk like Lalafels? I must ask. Do you think my voice will reach them? Of course I will! That's the magic of radio! Maybe that's not what he meant. Very well. No, that is what he meant. I would like to assist with the station, if you're still amenable to the idea. You won't find a harder working way, I promise you that. Dude, like, the whole point of this quest is to get him to want to do this. Of course he's gonna say yes. Aww. Looks pretty good. Imagine getting a call on Earth from a bunch of bunnies. And with that, the broadcasting station is complete, though we might want to check whether it's working. We never did decide on the content of our first message. For once, I fear I'm rather at a loss. That's where our newest way comes in. Take it away, my friend. Me? Aww. There must be something you'd like to share with the people of Etheris in honor of this special occasion. He's so scruffy and lovely, oh my god. I'm not sure this music completely fits his quest line, but there we go. It goes away. Is that like a piano? Or is it just like a decoration? What is that? What if they somehow break time-space continuum and we cause some trouble and summon something on air? Tess. People of Etheris, are you there? Like, we don't exactly even know who we're calling, do we? Can you hear me, far away as I am, all the way from the moon? I hope I can be of use to you. I hope I can tell you something you didn't know before. I hope that in your darkest moments I can lift your spirits. But perhaps I should start from the beginning. For so long, So everybody's here, just waiting to hear his story. We awaited your arrival on the moon. It was to be under the most unfortunate circumstances, to be sure. Yet, that only increased the determination with which we've set to our preparations. In the end, of course, the final days were averted. The moon was no longer needed. We were no longer needed. Make no mistake, we are glad for your fortune. If you are happy, we're happy. But to many of us, myself included, this marked an end to our very reason for being. Until some Lopporit's dared to dream again. To show us that there's always hope, so long as we reach for each other. Like, how good are, like, these new animations, the way they do tears and everything? It's actually so improved and so sad and touching. Should you ever lose sight of your dreams, I hope you remember that you're not alone. We are here and the future is a dream we all share. Stupid little game. And now, the weather. No. And so he becomes a streamer. That concludes our inaugural broadcast. Thank you, one and all, for listening. From the bottom of my heart, and on behalf of Lopporit kind, I wish you the very best. Was it too long? It felt awfully short. Do you think they could hear well enough? Like, we don't have proof that anyone's heard it. How do we know? I suppose we shall never truly know our audience. But if my voice reached even one person, that is enough for me. Aw, I resonate with that. That is my dream. Aw, this little shit is like me. Silly game. Okay, I get achievements. And now I have to find an alliance quest. But before that, you have to buy a mount. Where is it? Where's the store? Sell me things. Moonhopper. There we go. Where is it? Look at it. It's so cute, isn't it? But okay, it does have an action button, and that's great. But look at that. How cool is this? Huh? We have a similar mount. Weirdly similar. Which is a traveling supporter, which is the mount from PvP. It's okay. Like, I don't mind it. I don't mind that they're similar. I'm just kind of surprised that they use it as a reputation mount and then a PvP mount. It is limited time though. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not complaining.